I think people sometimes have that perspective that women live their life on recruit level mode, very easy. We look at those OnlyFans women making millions of dollars, but strictly talking, we're talking about the 1% that makes it. Your average next door girl is making about $10 a week showing her poom poom. Okay. But there's stories like these that, I'm gonna be honest, as a man, it challenged my perception of reality and sometimes makes me realize, life could be worse.
This horrific photo shows two college students passed out after they say they were drugged while on vacation in Mexico.
We're passed out and basically paralyzed.
It was supposed to be a dream getaway, but Zara Hull is still hospitalized 6 days after drinking water at a pool bar in Cancun, which she says left her clinging to life.
We literally took one sip off of the water, and at the same time we hit the bar. Our faces we were down.
Listen, I see and hear a lot of dudes with the typical bullshit of why do they go to these dangerous areas of town? Get themselves intoxicated with a bunch of booze near horny men. They spike the fucking water. Women can't even have water. I'm sorry for laughing, but that does really change the perception of what I would typically have as reality. You would feel like, oh, as long as they drink water, they should be fine. It was in a hotel, a resort, whatever it might be, at a pool with water already around them, and the water they were drinking was spiked. Do you know how scary that fucking shit is? I'm already a paranoid dude. I'm a dude, and I'm already paranoid about not drinking anything that is outside of a can. But holy shit, not being able to drink water? And you think the story is that's your typical, I guess, college girl tourist just, being a possible victim or near a victim of some dude's sick fantasies. But somehow the fucking story gets worse.
Zara was rushed to a private hospital, but things took an even worse turn when the hospital demanded thousands of dollars to treat the college student, money she didn't have.
And if we didn't pay it, then they were going to put me out in the street, intubated, and with my catheter in.
Holy fucking shit. Yo, listen. I talk shit about America's private healthcare system a lot, which is still, in my opinion, I'm gonna be very critical, it is bad. But holy shit, they don't even have the courtesy of removing the catheter. At the very least, as far as I'm concerned, correct me if I'm wrong, but I guess if a homeless guy gets hit, New York, right? The crazy new Florida. I was gonna say of the East, but Florida is in the East already. A town that to most Europeans, this seems like the brilliant representation of a twisted reality, as if you're on shrooms all the time. That's New York for you. But even there, a homeless guy that gets hit by a car, I'm gonna expect that most of them get treated, possibly with a debt, but who's gonna cash out a debt on a homeless guy? At least they will save your life, because they recognize you're a human. But Mexico does not fuck around. And I know what you're thinking here, it almost seems way too perfect, almost like if it's a scam by the hospital to just poison two American college girls and charge them an insane amount of money that they know she cannot have.
Her boyfriend, Jake Cinder, stuck by her side, watching in horror as he says the hospital milked them for $65,000. Fortunately, her friend, who also passed out, recovered without going to the hospital.
And not only that, not put it as a debt, but as in, you pay us or we don't treat you. I don't know why people go to Mexico. How many stories we need? Time and time again of people going to Mexico, they go to these resorts, right? And the resorts are kind of like military compounds. They have military outposts, literally guys with machine guns and armored vehicles protecting the gates. Why the fuck would you call that a vacation? You think, what? The smell of 50 cal of machine gun powder, that's beautiful, I love it. Stay away from Mexico. And this is not just for the girls, man. I don't understand how many times do people have to be warned. This is the one thing that I will pin on anyone that goes to Mexico or whatever the fuck. When something bad happens to you, you'll have my sympathies, always. I'm not an asshole like that, I'm not that bad. But, holy shit, did you not know about this? But here's the thing. Considering that this is Mexico, a lot of you might be thinking, even if you don't believe my Alex Jones conspiracy that this was a scam made by the hospital, they pay the bartender to spike the drink, sending them to a hospital, and then obviously charge them an insane amount of money. Even if you don't agree with that conspiracy, The reality is, it is Mexico. It doesn't seem like a case of one dude who wanted to get lucky with these ladies, because the environment doesn't seem like it. It does seem like they are targeting these women from out of country that look young and shit, and the reality is most likely we're talking about human trafficking here. That is a more scary output. That's even worse than I think what you initially thought seeing this video, and I'm putting this as a theory, but I think a lot of people in the comments saw that shit coming too. This is insane, and this is one of those things that, yes, 100%, I'm not that much of a macho idiot to understand, like, oh, you know, as a dude, I suffer the same risk on that. No, I don't. I want to be put in the back of a pickup and being sold to the Middle East or some shit. It is scary. And the scariest thought is, most likely, this is not a situation of a rare occurrence. I think the rare occurrence is that they fail. Imagine how many times this fucking shit works. Scary.